Hey, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're checking out the Silver Surfer Omnibus by Dan Slott, which was out of print for a while, then got reprinted, and then I think went out of print again, but I finally got my hands on it. And so without further ado, let's take a look at this book. Okay, and here is the cover of the book, which has this beautiful wraparound cover actually by Mike Allred that you'll be able to see on the spine here as well. And then as we move on to the back of the book, you can also see how it spreads itself out there, and it's just really beautiful, very vibrant, very colorful. This book was just presented very well. I think it's all well put together. Alright, so let's first go over what this omnibus collects. Well, this collects Silver Surfer, the 2014 series, number 1 through 15, and Silver Surfer, the 2016 series, number 1 through 14, and then also some material from All New Marvel Now .1. Okay, so what really is this book? Like, yeah, it's a Silver Surfer book, but what's going on in it, and what can you expect from Silver Surfer by Dan Slott? Well, this book is a kind of reimagination of the Silver Surfer, or maybe more accurately, a version of him where we get to see him from a completely different angle than we're used to seeing him from. And that's because this omnibus introduces us to a new character, which is Dawn Greenwood, who really plays an essential role in this story. I mean, it should almost be called like the Dawnibus or Silver Surfer and Dawnibus if they wanted to be cute, because that's how prominent she is in the story. And if there's anyone from Marvel's Collected Editions department watching this video, please don't actually do that. You had your fun with an omnibus. No more of those for now, please. Alright, staying on topic though, I do want to talk about Dawn Greenwood. Like I said, she is essential to the book, and it's important that there's some background for who she is. So she's this woman from Anchor Bay, estimated probably around 20 years old or so, and Anchor Bay is in Massachusetts for those who are not privy to the US and don't know our geography, and she has a twin sister, Eve. Her family runs this family bed and breakfast situation, and she's never really left that area. She's been really content with her situation, where she's been at the family bed and breakfast, while her sister has gone out and explored the world because she's had this, twinge of curiosity in her, and she wanted to see what else there is out here to offer. And basically, through a very comic book series of events, the Silver Surfer and Dawn end up meeting because she's sort of kidnapped and held hostage while the Silver Surfer is, sent out to do another mission. They're leveraging Dawn's life against him, and he's like, I don't really know this woman, but this is someone that I have to protect, and so on and so forth. That whole situation gets resolved. These two end up talking. There's kind of a spark there. They kind of are getting to know each other a little bit, and Dawn takes him back to Anchor Bay, introduces him to her family, and they're all sort of, having a good time, getting along. Silver Surfer is kind of impatient, like, I am beyond this. I am imbued with the power of the cosmic energy. And, he may want to leave a little bit, but he is forced to slow down, basically, and just take in the moment, and take in these people, and take in this family, and take in the kindness from them. And it sort of touches back on, his original whole shtick coming to Earth and being changed by it, and deciding, this planet's too great, there's too much culture, there's too much kindness, what the people are capable of is too powerful, this is too good to destroy. And he sort of sees that in Dawn, really, and she's getting that from her, and they continue with their little spark, and eventually it sort of gets around to the situation where Dawn and the Silver Surfer are going to go travel and explore the galaxy together. He's going to show her what else is out there, since she's always been in her little small town area running that bed and breakfast, while her sisters had the opportunity to go travel and whatnot. And now she's sort of saying, hey, you know what? I want that too. I see my opportunity. I'm going to go with this stranger made of silver, and we're going to explore the galaxy together. And that's kind of the foundation of the whole run. And yeah, so sort of as I mentioned, the whole run is really quintessentially that trope of, hey, alien finds out that humans are more than meets the eye, and there's so much to them. They're multi-layered beings, and that's beautiful. And I like that trope a lot, so no complaints there. It's also that sort of intertwined with the romance of Dawn and the Silver Surfer, as he's showing her some things out in space, and she's teaching him some things about humanity. And the roles in the story are really sort of like Dawn, in a way, acts as our eyes, as she is the one new to the cosmic world and these alien planets that we go to, and that is, the same for us. We haven't been here either before, of course, because this is the first time a lot of these places have been created, and she's also just, exceptionally human, which we all are here, too, in the real world, so it's another sort of of layer of relatability, like, oh, what would it be like if we went with the Silver Surfer? Like, what if we were in space being exposed to all these things? Would we think similar thoughts to what Dawn's feeling? Would we feel similar culture shock seeing some of these entirely different species with their entirely different cultures? Probably. But she probably more profoundly helps him in this story. And, I don't know if there's a lot that comes before this that it sort of explores these surfers, the compassion and empathy and all that, but it seems like a lot of that grows in this. So I don't know if Dan Slott had sort of wiped the slate clean from anything that happened before this just to build it up again or whatever. But it served the purpose of the story here. And I also want to add that something I really, really love about this omnibus, more so than the story and writing probably even, is Mike and Laura Allred's skill in just visually bringing these characters to life. It's just they are able to make things seem so touching and so dynamic and so transcendent on the page. The artwork is just really, really special. And when you're in space and you're in the cosmos and you're dealing with such huge abstract concepts sometimes, it's so amazing the way these colors are popping off the page and the artwork and all the interweaving and everything. Just really beautiful stuff. A fantastic book to flip through. Now, going back to the writing though, I am a little wishy-washy on this omnibus. I know it gets a lot of praise and a lot of people really, really love it. And I think it's a pretty good story too. But it also kind of feels like it drags on with the same thing over and over and over again. And it doesn't spin it in as unique a way each time. So rather than like getting better and better, the story feels like it's getting more diluted and more diluted as it goes on, if that makes any sense. I mean, like, they hit their obstacles in their relationship that makes things a little interesting, like Dawn learning about Galactus and how the Silver Surfer became recruited by him and all the worlds that he's destroyed. And they even, they have a Silver Surfer meet people who he is disenfranchised basically in this story, and we see how that all plays out and how they all react to that and what that does to the relationship and so on. But then it kind of feels like it just goes back and forth between he hurts her and she's like accepts it and things get better and they talk, hurt, get better, talk, hurt, get better, talk. And it just, like I said, it gets weaker and weaker each time. I mean, the first time that really happened was with Galactus and with him having, decimated planets on behalf of Galactus and all that. So that's kind of my main issue with it. I don't know if the pacing should have been different and that's what it was, or if things should have actually been sort of reorganized in the tribulations of their relationship. And then, just another little small complaint is with the way that this concludes. I think it is probably the best way that this could have concluded within Marvel's 616 continuity, but still, I think it just being within continuity makes this have a different conclusion than probably Slott maybe would have liked to if he didn't have to maybe adhere to, putting all the toys back in the toy box in a sense. So is this worth picking up? I'd say go ahead and give it a try, but maybe if you're somebody who isn't into something like, space romance, vacation trip stories, then this one will not be for you. I don't know how many other stories there are like that sort of hit all those little sub niches, but if you're not into like the galactic road trip that's sort of more lighthearted and romantic, then you're not gonna probably be too interested in this book. There's not too many like insane Silver Surfer feats and battles if you're looking for that sort of action-packedness, though there is a lot of action in here. I'm just saying it's sort of balanced between more defensive actions, keeping someone safe, that kind of thing. So guys, please let me know if you've read this before, what you thought of it, or if you're considering picking this up, if you are going to pick it up or not. Let me know all your thoughts down in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and you all have a great rest of your week.